Welcome to the Immigrant in Law channel. Today we will talk about how to officially change your tax residency, what steps this procedure involves, and the most interesting thing, in which countries expats pay minimal or no taxes. If you are thinking about living abroad, running an international business, or want to optimize your taxation, this video is for you. First of all, a brief summary of the main points. Tax residency is a legal status that determines in which country you are obliged to pay taxes on your worldwide income. If you live in one country but earn income in another, this is particularly relevant. Why are more and more people looking to change their tax residency? To avoid double taxation, for legal tax optimization, in case of business relocation or family migration. Composure, to be transparent to the state where you actually live and work. The very procedure of changing tax residency depends on the country where you lived before and on the legislation of the new state where you plan to settle. But the general algorithm is as follows. Terminate tax residency of the current country. Generally, you must reduce your physical stay in that country to a minimum, close out your tax liabilities, stop registering your business, and notify the local authorities of your departure. Often a tax residency waiver form or other official document must be submitted. This can be tricky, especially in countries with a global tax system. It is worth consulting a tax professional beforehand. Obtaining residency status in another EU country. The basis for this can be a residence permit, long-term resident status, or citizenship. It is important that you have an official right of residence. In most cases, you also need to live in the new country for at least 183 days a year. Obtaining a tax residency certificate. This is a key document that confirms that you are taxed in the new jurisdiction. It is issued by the tax authorities of the country where you legally reside and actually living. Confirmation of the center of life interests. European tax authorities may look at where your family, real estate, bank accounts, and where you spend most of your time. All of these elements form what is known as a center of life interest that must be transferred to the chosen country. Unlike offshore, European countries provide transparent and legal tax regimes. Below are a few examples of countries that offer favorable conditions for expats while remaining within the confines of EU law. Portugal, NHR, non-habitual resident. One of the most popular options. For 10 years you can receive income from abroad without paying tax on it. Salaries for qualified professions are taxed at a reduced rate of 20%. A great choice for IT professionals, consultants, freelancers, and investors. Greece, regime for foreign taxpayers. There is a special program for new residents, non-dom regime, providing a flat tax of 100,000 euros per year on all worldwide income. There is also a 7-year preferential program for retirees, with only 7% tax on foreign income. Cyprus is one of the few EU countries with a territorial principle of taxation. Foreign income may not be taxed if it is not remitted to the country. There is also no capital gains tax in some cases, and a zero rate on dividends received from abroad. Malta. The Global Residence Program allows you to obtain residency status and be taxed only on income remitted to Malta. The main tax is 15%, but it applies only to funds received in a local bank account. Anything that remains outside the country is not taxed. Tax residency is also possible when buying real estate. Italy. Italy provides a fixed tax of $100,000 per year on foreign income for new residents, as well as a simplified tax regime for those who return to the country after a long period of absence. This solution is particularly popular with high-income professionals and owners of international assets. Bulgaria. Although Bulgaria does not offer special programs for expats, it does have a flat income tax rate of just 10%. This is one of the lowest rates in the EU. The country also doesn't tax certain forms of overseas income if you can prove their origin and comply with local laws. Changing tax residency within the European Union requires careful consideration. Each state sets its own criteria and deadlines. It is important to study in advance the requirements for habitation, residence permit, and the procedure for obtaining a tax residency certificate. Special attention should be paid to double taxation treaties. Most EU countries have signed agreements with each other, but the nuances are different. Sometimes the country of origin continues to claim your income, especially if the center of life interest was not clearly moved. Proof of actual residence. Simply having a residence permit is not enough. Tax authorities may require rent or purchase of housing, utility bills, banking activity, and health insurance policies. The source of income and its structure. For example, dividends, rent, income from cryptocurrencies, or sale of assets. All of these are regulated differently in different countries. It is better to get your asset structure in order and get financial advice before moving. Changing tax residency is not just a step towards financial flexibility. It is a strategic decision that determines your legal and economic stability for years to come. The European Union offers many transparent and legal options for those who want to live, grow a business, and pay taxes in a sustainable system. But without understanding all the nuances of tax and migration legislation, even the most logical move can turn into unexpected difficulties. That is why many people seek not just a residence permit but citizenship in one of the EU countries. This is a reliable investment in freedom and stability. After obtaining a passport, everything becomes easier. You no longer need to renew your residence permit. There is no need to prove your intention to stay. You choose where to live, work, and pay taxes without visas, quotas, and restrictions. In addition, with EU citizenship, you get the right to move freely around Europe, access to the banking system and financial instruments, simplified tax residency, the opportunity to build a business and life without bureaucratic barriers. If you are thinking about such a path, Immigrant in Law team of lawyers is ready to accompany you at every stage. We will find the right program for you, help you gather documents, check your compliance with the requirements, and take you through the process of obtaining an EU passport. If you would like to learn more or start the process today, contact us now. We are ready to help you take the first step towards your new life. All contact information is in the description of this video. Give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and ask your questions in the comments. I will be happy to answer them. Discover the world of opportunities with Immigrant in Law.